welcome back to the booth. We're joined with
Isaiah.
Welcome back, Isaiah. Oh, dude, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I've been slacking. I'll say that.
Me too. I've just been too busy.
I don't know, between like work and then like doing photos, or at least trying to. Like literally, dude, so we were talking about intrinsic motivation. So I learned something about myself the last time we were like hanging out. If I don't do something creative at least once a day for at least 30 minutes, whether it be like this or editing or whatever it is, I get grumpy. It starts ruining my mood. It starts like, it eats at me.
Yeah.
And I learned that and I was like, holy, wow, I didn't know that. And it's like a trait of people who are like highly creative, like extremely highly creative.
Yeah.
Because it eats at them if they don't start working or if they don't start acting upon whatever
they like to do.
Yeah. And it's all triggered by people who are used to going into the flow state.
Yeah.
If you know what that is.
Oh yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah.
I feel like I get into that state quite often when I'm at work.
Yeah. So like, because I get into it every time I edit, like I'll get into the flow, and then like I'll have to tell my girl, I'll be like, I'm sorry, I can't. I need to focus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in it right now, you know. And that's when I know I'm in the zone.
You're in the zone.
Yeah,
you're
because I
you're
can't.
just flowing down the river.
Yeah. And the best piece of advice that I saw was like, in order to avoid it losing or affecting your mood, you need to do it at least once a day.
Yeah.
And do something.
Yeah.
And you can't just say you're going to do something.
It's a brain exercise. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you want to do. It's
Yeah.
an energy stimulant.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Speaking of energy stuff, because you had the idea of wanting to talk about AI.
Yeah. So I kind of wanted to talk about it because you gave me a lot of pros the last time.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been actually using it on the glasses now that I've had them for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And even at work, like I know the guys that kind of try using it too. Not these particularly, but they use AI a little bit, help them out in the field, organizing things, finding diagrams, stuff like that. And they're finding it pretty useful now.
Meta, what am I looking at?
Yeah, I mean, for like new apprentices and guys coming into the field, I kind of see that helping them out a little bit, you know, because you don't always have a journeyman standing right next to you, you know, to help you out, or they're testing you and, hey, you go up to that roof and you're going to go do that. I'm going to take care of this.
Well, okay. I have like very mixed opinions when it comes to AI. Even though like I use it, but then I also don't use it. It's really weird. I don't know how to really explain it. You know what I mean?
I feel you there because I do the same thing. Like I'll use it and then I don't use it.
You're right.
For the same task.
So like you have to come down to like the point of like, we use it all the time regardless because it's always on our phones. I mean, like
it's in our daily life now.
Yeah, it's in everybody's daily life, and it actually has been since smartphones have even came out.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy because they're like only now understanding that these data centers to run this shit is pulling up more water, but it's also because AI has also advanced like crazy the last like 10 years.
Yeah,
you know,
been a big jump.
Yeah, ever since COVID, man. Like, I mean, you saw the old Will Smith videos.
Yeah.
Like, those are just horrible. But then now you have Will Smith and he's actually sitting there eating and talking to you in his voice, and you're just like, this is nuts. Like, this is really, really crazy. You know, and there's a subscription service called Higgsfield. And right now I'm hating Higgsfield because they fucking charged me 2 times in this month. And it sucked because so they tried to charge my card right after I paid my credit card. Right?
Oh.
And so what happens is with my credit card is that it usually takes out the payment because I pay it through my bank.
Yeah.
Puts it on hold. So the money's technically still there, but I can't access it. And usually it jumps back into my account right before they do the full transaction and actually pull it out.
Yeah.
When that happened and it jumped back into my account, Higgsfield charged that pretty much the amount of that card.
Yeah.
Which is about $150. And I didn't even get to see it. And then it threw my credit card balance higher than it should have been. because
like
I
a
was
missed
already
payment.
because I needed to use that card, so I had put gas, and so it charged me an extra $20 on that card, and I was like, I don't even get to see
Damn.
that. And so right now their terms of service are like, no, we charge you if you missed a month and you didn't pause your account.
Yeah.
And so what that software is Higgsfield is like a photo video service that will create images for you, create videos for you in your likeness or in somebody else's likeness, and do some crazy stuff. Like, it is insane, like the type of video that it can do.
Just on its own.
Yeah, just on its own, because you tell it, hey, I want a fight scene, it's gonna make you a fucking fight scene, and it's gonna do some, and you'd be like, I want some slow-mo action in that, and it's like sick. And then of course you get to use yourself, because you can make your own avatar, and the likeness and the actual consistency for the likeness is like pretty spot on, and it's a little uncanny valley, but it's not noticeable anymore.
Like now it's too clean.
It is
It's
a little
too
bit too
clean.
clean, yeah. And you can always
Like
tell like
scary
AI
clean.
work, you know,
Yeah.
because it has like this certain look
But now
to
you
it.
can't. Now it's getting to the point where it's like you can't tell the difference from real and AI now.
I mean, there's a little bit, yeah. That is like my bigger point right now is like, one, it takes water, and we live in a state where it is.
We don't have water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we don't
we're-
have
we're
any water,
droughting,
dude.
yeah.
The Rio
And
Grande
then
this
they're
last
doing that
month.
big project up over here. What is it, Project Jupiter?
Project Jupiter, yeah.
They're doing that one over here. So,
Mhm.
and then they got another one, I think, down in Las Lunas that they're gonna get
Really?
started on a Facebook, like a 15-year project or something
Wow,
like that.
I didn't even know that. Don't we have a Facebook
Yeah.
center here already?
Yeah, they're adding on to it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I found that one out.
No, dude. So, you know, obviously it takes water, and we live in a state where we have no fucking water. But then at the same time, you know, it costs more money to use it than it is to
It
build
does.
your own, because there's ways around AI right now. Like, if you wanted to have like your own language bot that teaches you things and helps you make decisions or creative like workflows, or adapting your own workflow for like a business and making it automated, you can do that without having to pay for these big giant companies, because you can make your own AI and then you can run it locally within your own computer, but you need space. Like, I would say you probably need at least like 8 terabytes of
Just for the
storage.
AI.
Yeah, just so you can run your own and it can track everything and do what you want.
Well,
because
that's why
then
they're building these big data centers.
because from that point you can turn it on, and then you can connect it to the internet and do all this stuff, and then you can have it write your own code and games and stuff like that, and it's insane, you know. Like, that is like probably the best case use scenario for it, but then it still is like it's draining everything right now. Yeah, from my bank account to waters, you know. So I actually just canceled that whole thing, and I'm gonna actually
Because
dispute
of it all.
Yeah, because I'm like, nah, they just made me go negative on my card, and I haven't even been using it.
And they're using AI.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I'm done. I'm not gonna use it, at least unless I really absolutely need to. Then that's where I'm gonna end up using it. But it would probably be more for like making an app or something to
Or
level
websites,
up.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, on our side, like I said, I mean, it's been pretty useful. I've noticed in the trades a lot of guys are using it. But there's also that con of you're not getting your hands dirty and having to be intuitive about your own stuff. And, you know, get your hands dirty and think, you know, with some common sense on how to do these things, and you just have AI telling you what things are and how to do it. So I think that's going to mess up a lot of the trade. But I do like it because it is teaching some of these new guys how to do things properly.
I mean, that could be like a caveat on its own, you know what I mean? Because you can have these guys learning from it, and like when I learn from something, obviously I need to put it into action. Your guys are putting it into action. They're just having it explain it to them, you know, which is pretty cool in my opinion, you know, because I'm like, what the hell am I looking at, you know, and then it tells me, and then it tells me how to figure it out. Or like my case scenario is like, why isn't my rendering out? Why isn't my software working? Why isn't this working? And I'll have it give me steps on how to actually fix it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm back on the road within 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what these techs are doing out there now.
Yeah,
they're
doing
using
diagnostic for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, they're
but
using
then
chat GBT and stuff, and they're doing diagnostics right away. But they're not doing it right half the time, too.
see that's where the caveat comes in.
AI's not hands-on. It's not actually knowing what it's doing, listening to it, knowing exactly what needs to happen. It's AI. It's a computer. It doesn't know. I mean, it might know every system there is, but
maybe.
But it's not gonna know, how it is in the field on how you have to work on these things.
Yeah.
But like, some guys like it. Me personally, you know me, I don't like it. But I'll use it. I mean, it's a tool that I got to get used to using. It's our future now.
Yeah.
It's the times we're living in. I can't get left behind like an old man.
That is like the one big thing that keeps coming to my mind. I was like, everybody's using it, but they don't want, even though people who say that they don't use it, they're already using it.
Yeah, they're already using it.
And regardless of whoever's against it, is that it's already in your everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
And we're already in it. And that's the thing, is that when you start to use it, it does level you up. It levels up your life if you use it right.
If you use, you got to use it right. You got to use it right.
My best thing, other than what I previously was using it for like photos and videos, right now has been actually to get my financial life in order, because it actually puts my spending in a sheet. Mm-hmm. It makes me a budget sheet. It makes me know exactly, or I'll feed it, but like, hey, I spent money on this. How much am I looking at for savings?
Yeah.
And that has been a blessing, because, the news that I told you earlier, I'm like, I need a house. I need to get into a house. I need to have X, Y, and Z amount put away by the end of this year. And it's already told me, you can put that much away plus some, dude,
mm-hmm.
because you're making X, Y, and Z amount, plus you have all these other resources coming in, not including, what I'm due on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, there's ways to use it to benefit your life, but if you're using it for work, unless you're really learning from it and learning like, okay, it didn't tell me right, now I need to really fix it, like with your guys,
like, it's not always going to be right for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's where you do have to have some kind of knowledge.
Yeah, some experience, some common sense
mm-hmm.
to get to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
Like, it could help you learn, series of operations, stuff like that, and help people diagnose systems. But same token, like, it's not going to notice everything you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to see that's kind of burnt, or this isn't running right, or
mm-hmm.
that's sparking.
Yep.
It's just going to tell you this is how you get to this point, and that's it.
And the real person behind it is going to be able to see that for what it is,
mm-hmm.
and be like, that. Of course, the person who has experience,
be
like, this shorted out, this is not working, this circuit's
this
not
is
plugged
going
in
out,
correctly.
like this
this
doesn't look right.
This isn't actually the circuit that's supposed to be here, or
Yep.
the circuitry is not running properly, so the data is going somewhere else.
Exactly. And that's where it's going to start messing with like clientele and trust and
Mm-hmm.
honesty and loyalty, is because they're going to say, oh, well, I made sure I checked it in this step, because AI told them to do it. They're not going to say I told them to do it,
Mm-hmm.
but they're going to say I did this and this and this. And they're going to say, well, you did all the steps right, but you're not paying attention. You're not looking. It takes experience to really, and messing up, to really remember, like, oh, man, I didn't catch that on my third call.
Yeah.
When I first started, maybe I go and start checking that on every single system.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's supposed to be something I should.
And what are you going to sit there and be like, hey, how do I handle this situation with this client? No, that comes with experience too, And like, there's like I said, there's a lot of different ways to use it. There's a lot of pros, because it has so many benefits on how to actually function.
Yeah. And I do like that one, like we were saying, the financing and saving and stuff. Like, I've been wanting to do it for that. I just haven't had the time to set it up.
Dude, just start talking to it and tell it, like, hey, this is what I make hourly. This is usually what my check is around between such and such.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what my bills and expenses are. And then from there, it'll tell you and break it down how much you're pulling in, how much your gross is, how much your checks are estimated to be, even like your hourly. Because once it knows your checks, it'll guess what your tax withholds are already. And then from there, it'll automatically just start telling you exactly how much you have to spend, what you have for savings, and things like that, which is mind blowing because it breaks it down in a few minutes instead
It's your own accountant.
yeah, and you sitting there for like 2 to 3 hours writing down every single expense, putting it in your own sheets. No, you just feed it the
Does it
information.
within minutes.
Yeah, all you got to
Yeah.
do is just fact check the numbers, because sometimes I mean I've sat there and I've had full conversations with it, and it's just telling me the same numbers, and I'm like, but it for like different things, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, this was for this, and this amount was this amount, and you're getting this amount wrong. I don't know where you came up with this number, but this is it. So you have to fact check. You have to know your shit.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, you know. Luckily for me, my bills are like programmed in my head, and I can pull it up in my phone and just start doing it right off the bat.
Yeah, same here.
You know, but I like to know what my expected is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what I really use it for lately. Like I don't use it really for anything else except for that.
You remember how much I told you I was able to save for that trip that we just took?
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I had to do that, but by myself in my head, and kind of write some of it down. Like, okay, this is what I'm going to pay. This is how much I'm going to look at making, and this is what I have to spend. This is what I have to save.
Mm-hmm.
And that I'd have to keep reminding myself, thinking about it, and that's be kind of nice just to have that and just tell you.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I made. Okay, this is what you got.
Yeah, and I like another thing is like having it tell you like basic information right away instead of you searching the web for this information of whatever you're looking for.
Yeah.
You know, I guess like what symptoms am I dealing with when it comes to like my lungs, right? Be like, all right, I'm yakking shit up. I'm having a hard time breathing. It'll tell you what you're looking at, what your base case scenario is, if you need to go to the hospital, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I will say, it's really cool to use for learning what you need, you know, and how to help yourself. Because it'll even tell you exactly how to get in shape with the schedule that you currently have.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really cool. In my opinion, it's hard to say that I'm so against it when I know that I really like it. You know, I think
It's like
I just
an ex-wife.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like an ex. You really like it, but you really don't.
Yeah, pretty much. You're like, do I want to use it? No, but do I have to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's already programmed everywhere else, you know? And I don't know. What are you against? How do you see it?
Me, I'm against it making life too easy for people. That's what I'm against. Because there's already enough people in our age group that live at home, live on unemployment, get everything fed to them, handed in their hand. They don't want to go work hard. They're okay with either no job or a part-time job where they're just making barely enough to make ends meet, but they're content with it. So life's already easy enough for them.
Yeah.
And I think AI is just going to really make life even easier.
Yeah.
And then for the hardworking people, it's going to make it even harder. Because, you know, we're hardworking guys. We're out here every single day. We're making a living. And then, you know, there's that guy right there that's taking my taxes because he's on unemployment and he doesn't want to work.
That, and also there's that guy right there just sitting in his room just doing whatever AI stuff and pulling in way more money than you can even imagine. And you're just like, why am I working so hard when this guy can just do the same thing or do it 10 times easier? And that's where like
the trades is dying. You know, nobody wants to get out here and work anymore, the hard labor. And we're going to need it. Because
I'd like to see AI replace any of our jobs right now.
Yeah, it's not going to happen right now.
I don't think it's ever really going to happen. Like for like blue collar jobs like you and for industry work. Yeah. I feel like that's where.
I feel like some jobs will be taken from it. Because they already are making robots that could do some work and move big loads. But they're going to end up making it at some point when we're older, probably in the next 10, 15 years, 20 years. And they're going to say, well, this is replacing this trade of this job. You know? So I think eventually they'll get there, like for big job sites, you know, where it's just like that's where you're at every single day. Here's your blueprints, and they get it done. Yeah. Because they already have robots that go and they mark out all the framing and everything on the ground. They just paints it and marks it out. Yeah. They just set it down in one spot in the building, and it just measures everything to the T for them. Yeah. And they don't got that's 10 hours of labor, 8 hours of labor that you just saved letting the robot do for 2 hours.
That is very, very true.
So
And you only had 2 or 3 of them instead of a guy of like a group of like 6 people that you're on your payroll.
That you're trying to do that with.
Yeah.
You know.
So I mean,
they're
there's
24/7.
Yeah.
Those things, and you don't got to pay them an hourly wage.
Well, you only have to pay them in power.
Yeah,
because they still have to go back and charge or restock their batteries.
But, I mean, even at that, they either go switch their batteries, or you have one set that charges for 12 hours and one set that runs for 12 hours, and they just alternate. You know.
Yeah.
That's 24 hours the job's gonna run.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
actually.
1
that's
to
really
2
crazy
humans
to
there.
think
You know.
Yeah.
That's where it's gonna go though someday. I think myself with AI and the way everything's being built already. Look, they already have robot AI maids.
Yeah. That's
Butlers,
actually,
you
dude.
know?
You know how cool it would be to like, you come home one day, you have like an AI bot that does all your chores, and you're like, babe,
But
you don't have to do any laundry. You don't even have to do dishes anymore.
But you see how lazy that's gonna make people. It's gonna be Wall-E.
Is it okay?
You know?
Okay. Is it gonna make you lazy, or is it gonna make you want to do more with your life? Because then
Well,
now
but for the most part, humans
are lazy.
are lazy.
Yeah.
Creatures.
We find like
right?
the easiest way to
And-
do things. Oh,
Oh.
pause. What's up?
Oh, no, I was just seeing if you could hear me in there.
No,
Okay. I'm gonna make pasta. Do you want it?
I'm okay.
But yeah, like humans are already lazy, right?
Yeah.
So you go give them this. What are most humans gonna do with that?
Dude, it is soaking right here.
I know. So is mine.
Mine is more.
It's because you're letting it sit. You're babying it. But you know, like humans are already lazy. So I'm gonna say probably at least 50% of people that get those, they're just gonna become even more lazy. Another 30%, like they might do some more. You know, start getting more family time and stuff like that. You're gonna get that 20% that really starts to excel, maybe. But I'm thinking for the most part, the majority of them are just gonna make more people more lazy.
Yeah.
But I do like them in the sense of like, you know, elder care.
That would be super
hospital
helpful,
care.
yeah.
You know, like stuff like that. You know, because I mean, how hard is it already for us to get care for elders?
Yeah, and or like deployment of like, say when a natural disaster happens or a building collapses,
Exactly,
you know,
like-
you need to get in the rubble, but you're not strong enough. But that AI can lift
That
10
robot.
times your weight, you know, or 10 times whatever you can
can
lift,
lift.
right? And then
Yeah,
it's able to like
hydraulics.
remove a whole damn freaking thing for you.
Concrete slab, and
Yeah,
there you go.
and boom, that
Well,
person
they're
is
gonna
now
start
saved
using
instead
them
of
in the
suffering for 12
military.
hours.
Because then now there's going to be military personnel robots at some
There
point.
already is, though.
Yeah, there already is.
I mean, they use drones constantly.
and yeah, they use drones. They use those little robot dog things. They
Yeah,
use
you
all
saw that
stuff.
when you went to Monster Jam.
Yeah, Monster Jam. They had
Yeah,
one of
dude,
those.
that was pretty sick. Actually,
Yeah.
when you sent me that, I was like, damn, I haven't seen one of those in person yet.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But then, like, for people who are like super rich right now, it's like, why would you need that? You can pay all these people, give other people jobs.
But I mean,
But
you
it's
gotta
all-
remember, people with money keep their money. So, like, if I could pay a robot $50,000 robot, and I'm gonna spend an electrical $2,000 a year to charge it and maintenance it, then that's 52 grand right off the bat one time. When I pay this lady 75 grand a year to clean my house, so they're gonna
Yeah.
say 50 grand, and it's 50 grand one time, and $2,000 every year.
Yeah, but then if you have it for years and it outlasts everything, and
Yeah.
it's just running consistent, that just thing pays for
It just
itself
pays
at
for
that
itself
point.
at that point.
Yeah.
Buy a couple solar panels, it's all free.
Yeah. See, but you're also hitting all points that are all good too.
I am. Like, that's
So-
gonna make life easy, but it's gonna take away a lot of jobs.
It will, but the people who actually get out there and do what we kind of do instead of just being like, oh, I just want to stay home.
Yeah, like traveling. Like,
Yeah.
like where you gotta travel for your day.
Right.
That's
so
not gonna be able to be replaced. None of that ever will, I think. That's,
No.
maybe at some point when I'm
show
dead.
face, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was this one movie on Netflix right now. It has the chick from Stranger Things in it. She plays 11, and then it had Chris Pratt.
Mercy?
No, I don't know if it was called Mercy. It was it's a AI movie, and pretty much like it's in this world where AI did develop its own conscious, which I'm pretty sure AGI has already been here for a good
Yeah.
fucking fat minute now. It's just hasn't gotten to a level where it can actually come out into the
Yeah.
public, you know. But once we start seeing more of these robots out here and them making decisions on their own, then it's gonna be a different story. Being like, no, that thing's
Yeah.
woke, bro. That thing's alive.
Yeah,
it's thinking
but, like,
and it's conscious.
Like, that's why
you
it's so cool. Like for me, I would love to get one
Mhm.
because you know me, I'm always doing something.
Mhm.
So it's hard to find time to clean up the yard, move this dirt, burn these weeds, clean up the dog shit. Because I'm always at work or I'm always
Mhm.
trying to spend time with Gato and Cass. Like
Mhm.
that's how it is.
Yeah. It's just like I could see it if I was in that position of if I could afford like a robot.
Mm-hmm.
It would do my chores,
Yeah.
and that way when I come home, all I have to do is do whatever I want. I can get on the computer, I can edit, I can start making my
Right.
videos, I could do whatever I want.
can
If I
do what
wanted to
you
go
wanna
on
do. Exactly, that's
my
what I'm saying.
vacation and be
But-
like, hey, feed my animals while I'm gone, it'll do it.
Yeah.
You know?
But for most people, they're not going to do that. They're going to go home. They're going to be, everything's done. And sit down, make me some popcorn. I'm going to watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do anything else productive.
Yeah. See, I like being productive. And back to the whole intrinsic motivation thing, I think the best thing that it'll come down to, is, or at least the better portion of things, is not for the lazy people, but for the people who are like me and you know.
Mhm.
It'll help our lives in a way that we can get back to our lives without having to stop
Yeah,
and
we
do
could.
our
It
chores.
could even help us move a lot forward in our lives, being able to be
Mhm.
more productive with it.
Exactly.
But I love the idea of it. It's just that little part of me knowing that everyone else is going to get even more lazy.
Mhm.
So it already frustrates me enough that there's enough lazy guys
So
out here.
back to that movie, right? What I was telling you. So these people, they would live like these VR lives, and they're sitting on a beach, and there's an AI avatar in a roaming body, doing their jobs for them, and it projects their face onto the robot,
Ugh.
and they're controlling the robot just from at home. Like
See,
I'm
they're
talking
gonna end
like
up
a
being
secret agent.
like Wally, bro. We're gonna be
Mhm.
sipping on these right there in our little hovering chairs with their stomachs out here. And just,
Oh, that's pretty much what that world was
Yeah.
at that point. It wasn't exactly there.
you gotta show it to me here at the end.
Yeah, dude.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I'll have to find it real quick. It's
And then like the whole idea of like you're saying like you're gonna get to that point where you throw in a VR headset and you control it out and about, like grocery shopping or doing whatever. Like you're gonna start missing out on just the daily life experiences.
it's called The Electric State.
The electric state.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch it.
So the whole movie's a trip, bro, because it's so like pretty gnarly.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, So Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt playing this movie, and this robot right here, the little tiny guy,
Emoji thing.
that's her little brother.
Oh.
So it's at a point in technology where you can actually transfer the consciousness of somebody who's alive. As long as they're alive, their consciousness can go straight into this robot, and their human body is just in a stasis of not moving, not doing nothing, but they're alive, right? But they're not living in their body. They're living
In a
through
robot.
a robot. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
We'll probably end up getting there one day.
Oh, I guarantee they're already experimenting on it.
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because a level of consciousness where you can translate it into something that's
Into
metaphysical, right? That's stronger, better, and more powerful than you, and doesn't need a break, except for I need to take a nap. But those robots don't sleep,
Yeah, like
so you
you're
can
not
just
gonna
go and
feel
go and
like-
go. Your
yeah,
body's relaxed, your body's chilling,
Yeah.
and so your mind's just
constantly
on go.
moving. I feel like you lose your mind though. Because consciously you're used to taking naps, you're used to going to bed, you're used to these physical touch experiences.
Right,
like,
but
you're
if
gonna
your
lose all
body
that.
is already asleep, do you actually need it?
Your conscience will, because when you're up for so many
Not
hours,
necessarily.
thinking, wow,
A consciousness, your consciousness is always running.
yeah,
Think about that. Even when you're sleeping, your consciousness will put you in a dream.
yeah,
And even when it's not in a dream, you're actually always dreaming, even if you're not in REM sleep. Because your brain is always going,
always
going.
thinking.
Because your
and
consciousness
it's
is
our
always
body
there.
and our brain that gets tired.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's scary though. Like you miss out on all the the things that you know, touch,
Yeah,
smell,
touch,
like
smell, warmth,
warmth, cold,
food,
water,
in your
like,
belly, bro.
yeah.
I'm like, I can't go without like a week without a hot pot, man.
But like you're saying, like you're gonna be in a body where you don't have any of that, so like you won't
Yeah.
feel the need for it.
Yeah,
But
It-
I think like just being able to think about that,
Mhm.
it would drive you crazy.
yeah,
Being able to be like, man, I miss the way a burger tasted.
yeah.
You know, like oh man, like
It was
wanna try
it
some
was
arroz
crazy
con
to
leche.
see that kind of movie because those people, they would go to work, but they wouldn't go to work. Their bodies would be at home on the beach in their VR while they're teaching a class because their consciousness is somewhere else. So
Yeah.
what it essentially did in the movie was it would split your consciousness, right? So with the chip, so you have your dreamland and then you have your focus part of you. And so you're just chilling and you can be at home, you can get up and walk around because you're still there.
yeah,
But then your concentrated consciousness that actually is productive was
is
somewhere
out doing
else.
something else.
Yeah, and it was crazy. It was so crazy to see because they were adapting
That's
it into
scary,
classrooms
dude.
too.
That would be scary if real life were to ever turn up like that.
Yeah, it was super crazy. And like
I wouldn't want to live in a world like that.
it was a great movie though. Like I would
Yeah.
definitely give it a watch. You
I'll
know?
give it a watch, but living that kind of life, I don't know what I would do. I
I-
think maybe because I grew up, you know, without touchscreens at 1st. We
Mhm.
didn't have any of that. And then
Mhm.
now we have it, and it's so common and normal for us now.
Well, think about it. We've actually had touchscreens since we were babies.
Yes, since we were like 5.
No, younger. So the first touchscreens actually started coming out in early 2000, right around when we were born.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they weren't here yet, were they?
No.
No, there's like
They-
Japan
but
and
it was
China.
out.
It was out. Because I know,
Mhm.
I remember
It
the
was just
iPod Touch
expensive.
came out, what, in like 02, 03?
It was right around 2005, 2006 when actually touchscreen phones started coming out
Mhm.
and it became more of an actual thing. You know, in the 1990, touchscreens were like a thing of like the future.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even really talked about, you know?
Well, that's
And-
what we're looking at
Because
now.
I would ask my mother this question. I was like, Mom, when you were like younger, around my age, and I was a teenager when I would ask her this question, what was a touchscreen to you? She's like, what do you mean? Go touch the screen door to go outside.
Yeah.
She's like, that's what touching the screen meant. Unless you're touching a TV screen.
Yeah.
I was like, so touchscreen
Wasn't a thing.
wasn't a thing.
It wasn't even a thought.
Yeah.
But that's what we're running into. Like, we never really thought we would have true AI. I never thought that. I was like, that's so far down the line for us. Because I know we had some AI, but not like the AI that we have now.
So, my girl, I was editing, right, and my girl, she had young Sheldon on, and it tells Sheldon's young story,
Mhm.
you know.
We watched it.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the episode where he was a young kid and he got a computer with his dad's money,
Yep.
without permission, and then he ran an AI on it? But it was like literally like the first version of ChatGPT, and it could barely have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
We have technically had AI for years. And this is yeah. Even before like our parents were probably born, they had some form of it as a chatbot already. But it took massive data center in order to even run it. You know, just for a line of code to tell you a conversation back or like a
Yeah,
sentence.
you needed a big old thing.
Yeah. And now you just need this. But then you're also still running these huge fucking data
Well, you
centers.
saw they say we have more in our phones right here than they did to send a man to the moon.
No, they really
Yeah,
did.
That's wild.
Yeah. And people are just like, I don't know what to do with my life.
Right there.
Bro,
More technology than our grandfathers had.
yeah, you can do
All
whatever you
together.
want. You could literally reverse engineer this thing, build yourself a whole freaking data center all on your own because you learned how to remake this.
Yep.
And that's the crazy part. But in order to remake this, half of this stuff, you need micro, what is it called? Microcomputing.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've
because
seen
our
some episodes on
motherboards are now so small,
it. Yeah, like they use
and
microscopes just to look inside
they're
of them.
microscopic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you need
Which is wild, too.
you
Like,
need the bots in order to make this tech.
but think about it, like that little microscopic now used to be a thing the size of your garage.
And like I think as science kind of progresses, we're either going to find a solution or we're not. And the world is just going to go into chaos. I mean, it's already in chaos, but
I think that's past our time.
you may think, but you never know.
Yeah, you
We're
never
hitting
know.
the roundabout of every 100 years something catastrophic happens.
Yeah.
You know, and
Well,
it
we got
happens
COVID.
between 20 to 30 years. In a 20-year period, it usually happens. What have we been told all of our lives? History repeats itself.
Yeah.
And if it's not one thing, it's another thing. And so maybe right now, because we are in an age of tech coming out,
Yeah. AI might be our
AI might be
Kane's knife.
not necessarily, you know, because as much as I want to believe that like AI is going to take over like Skynet,
No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I
Not
don't
something
think so.
that big.
Yeah, I think it's going to realize it needs us as much as we need it coming to the future.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
because if we're not building the data centers, it has no way to grow.
Right.
It can only grow so
But
much.
right, but what happens when it gets to the point of it can build its own,
Yeah.
which it can technically at this point.
Once we start getting all the robots and all the factories making its own thing, it's gonna be able to mine. It's gonna be able to make its own factories. It's gonna be able to make its own data centers.
Right.
And we're all gonna be sitting here just.
Maybe, because, like I said, back to the intrinsic motivation, you're gonna have people who still want to be able to do things,
Yeah,
regardless.
of course.
You
Yeah,
know?
regardless.
And real art is always gonna be a real thing. You know, what has the last few years taught us? People like real art,
Yeah.
and
they do.
people also don't mind the AI because it's still cool, and
Yeah, it
in
still
a
looks
lot of
nice.
people's minds. I mean, you could blow up a channel within 2-3 weeks of just posting AI stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
And you see it all the time now.
oh yeah, dude.
It's
There's
all over
so
the
many
place.
different things. You know, I've been doing countless research on how to actually do that stuff because
Yeah.
if it actually works, and you can build yourself generational wealth and actually do it in the way that actually doesn't get you demonetized,
Yeah.
that's generational wealth, and all you had to do was pay a subscription fee.
To
And
get
you
it
just
done.
yeah, and you still put in your creativity and what you want, unless you're like just give me the ideas and then it feeds it and then does
And
it all
does
for
its
you.
own thing.
Right, but
constantly.
then so what I've researched the most lately is you need to have human touch behind YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So if you're using AI to build a faceless YouTube channel, you have to incorporate a human element.
Yeah. A
Whether
voice.
whether it be your voice.
a
But here's the
sound.
thing: you can get away with it if you're cloning your voice into an AI.
Yeah.
And that is even crazier because that
And it learns tone and feelings and all that stuff. It'll make it sound like you're the one talking.
yeah. So there has to be some type of human element behind it. If you're the person behind it, use your voice. You know, but that's generational wealth that you can build and you make it sustainable so that way you can actually have more time later in your life with your family or whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, go on a vacation. Because a lot of people nowadays can't go on vacations. Me, I'm like, dude, I'm shit out of luck for a vacation, at least
I
for the
took
next
my first vacation
few
in
years.
the longest time.
Yeah, dude. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't think I'll be able to go on a vacation for at least like the next 2-3 years.
You'll be able to. I see it coming
At,
for you.
at some point, yes, but right now I don't see it.
Yeah.
You know, but like, dude, AI is just a crazy thing. You know, and a lot of people are gonna have a lot to say about it, and then, but they're already using it.
There's
so it's
everybody
like,
that's against it. There's everybody that's with it, and there's people that are just with it. Like they could care less. Yeah, and like I mean, even with us, like in our trade, like we have boards and stuff now that are AI on the systems that run themselves, and you teach it certain things, and they're AI boards, which is we were always mechanical. Now we're moving to the digital world. And now we're moving to the AI world. Like we just barely got introduced to the digital world, really like coming in heavy like the past like 4 or 5 years in my trade. And that's when it started getting heavier and heavier, the digital side. And now they're starting to introduce more AI to it, which is kind of crazy to think about because that's always been a mechanical kind of job, you know,
Right.
like runs off of air.
you know what's crazy? These.
Yeah.
So AI has learned through these on how we do things and how we've actually done things. But now people are wearing these on their day to day.
Yeah, and
So
it
it's gonna
learns
be
my day to day.
Yeah, and it's gonna learn how to do that job,
in
and
due
it's gonna
time.
look for the specific things, and it'll because it's a data. all it has to do is plug itself in, and then it's going to be able to diagnose everything right there on the spot.
Yeah.
And tell you, I know exactly what it needs to do, and it's going to save you time. It's going to save you
Yeah,
money.
because
it's
I'm
gonna
pretty
do
sure
all
this
of
thing
the
watches me all day long learning.
Oh, guaranteed.
It has to.
You know what happened when they came out with the first Meta VR headsets, like the Meta Quest?
Yeah.
People were so scared.
Oh,
People
yeah.
are like, those things are watching you.
Yeah.
And I mean,
But now everything watches us. Our
everything,
cameras,
dude.
like everything.
Well, I mean, we live in the U.S. The U.S. is like the one country that is known for you're being watched
yeah.
constantly. And now they don't even have to have a lot of people watching those monitors.
No, because AI's doing it.
AI's doing it for them. So if anything
it's got
happens,
facial
it'll flag it right
recognition,
away.
voice recognitions, habit recognitions. You know, like, what are you buying from the grocery store? Why do you got duct tape, a shovel, and a rope? Like, it's gonna start reporting you.
Yeah, and it really is. I mean, you know,
I was gonna tell you, hey, maybe you
if
don't
you
need that ice
accidentally-
cream. Like,
if you
put it back.
accidentally search certain things on Google, you'll get flagged right away, and the U.S. government will come knocking on your door, being like, "Why are you looking this up? Why are you trying to do this?"
Yep.
But then you go on the black web, you can still find all that information and learn how to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm talking more like building like a nuke. Right?
Yeah.
But you can build a nuke with this stuff. And technically, did you know also you have an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
In the iPhone contract, when you buy an iPhone from anywhere, in the contract it says that they are not liable for any reapplications for any nuclear tech that you develop using their technology.
I did see that. Yeah.
Because what they
I heard
run
about that.
in their phones, their data and their computing power can build a fucking nuke.
It's wild.
Yeah. And I'm like, bro, that's insane. Like, that's really, really crazy. Tech has really come so far, you know?
That's what I was saying, like, scary far.
Yeah. So, let's see. Back in, like, the 1900s, before, like, World War, right?
Yeah.
Is when I would say, like, the first type of computers really started to get somewhat developed, but in secret.
Yeah.
Right? And they had these people who would train the computers to do stuff and start learning how to build and do other things. But those same people had the idea of AI, they had the idea of VR technology, they had drones already in their places and dated already, and just the tech hasn't caught up with it.
Yeah, it just, we didn't have the tech for it.
Right, but we've had the ideas and the ability to do it since the 1900s, dude. Like the first...
Well, we haven't had the ability, but we had the ideas.
Right. The first VR headset, I think, came out in like 1960 something, right? And it was at like a comic expo, right?
Yeah.
And all it did was do like a programmed like Matrix looking world view on something, right? And it looked like you were standing in the Matrix, pretty much, right? That's what that VR was. And then they were able to put on graphics and put on as technology started coming out, they were able to do more with it. And now it can do spatial computing, do your entire room, and you even have like a catwalk platform. The VR catwalk, that's literally what it's called. And you can walk around in VR space. You can fly. It'll literally hold your weight, dude. I've seen those things. They're pretty sick.
Are those the ones that like a bowl on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen those too. Those are pretty sick.
Right? And so it's just a matter of time before things really start coming out. And I guarantee by like 2030, even the next turnaround of this next year, because they have the tech already. It's done.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the technology. We're making microscopic technology at this point.
Right. But the new age of like tech that's about to come out is absolutely insane. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos of what's coming out or what's going to happen. It's going to be like a whole other world. I'm talking like Ready Player One's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
And what happened in Ready Player One?
Oh, it crashed.
Right.
Yeah.
But the world crashed, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Because everyone's living in a dream world.
Not just that, but in the Ready Player One, the world actually collapsed because it had a famine, it had droughts, it had food issues, in the movie
like
they called it
crops
a cornstarch drought.
Yeah.
Right. But what do we know what happens with any type of drought? No water.
Yeah, no water.
Right.
Yeah, no water, no crops, no livestock.
What do we know that's about to come out in the next few months by the end of this year? A big giant game title. Everybody's been
GTA.
GTA 6.
Mm-hmm.
What if that game, and the reason why it's been pushed back so much is because all this tech keeps coming out and they're waiting for the right tech to come out so that you can run it from your VR, make money with it, live inside of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen Roblox, right?
Yeah.
They're paying people to stand in a VR game playing Roblox.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
So
But GTA 6, I've been seeing it all over the internet. GTA 6 is going to make people money. And they're not just saying stock-wise.
Yeah.
They're saying in-game human money. Because it's going to run... They're saying... At least it's not completely confirmed. This is just speculation. That GTA 6 is going to run off of some kind of cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
And that when it happens and when it comes out, you're going to be able to make a lot of money in it.
In cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
Because people are going to be putting money in,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be transfers of money throughout people as cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that's what they really should start doing. Give people the money back a little bit.
Yeah.
Or have some kind of flow within it because
Yeah.
people are wasting their lives on games. I try not to play too many games. I like games. But back in high school, I was wasting my life on it.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
There's always Skyrim, GTA 5, Call of Duty, all the Black Ops.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was all the time.
New Black Ops is still lit to this day.
I know I got the new one.
Any Call of Duty game, man? Oh, I want the
Any
new
Call
game.
of Duty.
Duty. But, it's going to come down to, are you willing to work, or are you going to sit back and let everything else happen while you're not doing it?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the people who are against it right now who are the people who are really scared because it's taking up these resources, because they know it can lead somewhere.
Yeah.
But they also, in the back of every single person's mind, they all know, if I were to just hop on it and start using it and start putting it in my everyday life, it might be nice because
But
it's
then you got to let go of all the other shit that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because before,
And that's the
if
hard
they
part.
do all this and we become like a super crazy drought where we have no water, like all our crops will be gone, all our planting here will be gone, a whole bunch of factories will have to close, they'll have to close, we won't have enough water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're putting this stuff in states that don't have no water. Like, go put it somewhere where there's abundance of water.
So my theory is the reason why they're doing it is because, one, we do have an abundance of water. It's just underneath us.
Yeah,
right. But it's also going slow. It's going low.
Yeah.
Because we've been using it.
Yeah, and
Right.
people are having to drill deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're not saying how, they don't even know how much water this thing's gonna consume. They're saying million, like what all of Albuquerque consumes in a year. That one place is gonna consume a year.
What if they're trying to allocate these places to these giant data centers in the desert, so that the people around it have to move into these bigger cities so that they can start making more money? Because what do we see in New York? People are living in bedrooms as big as this little
The
tiny
house
room.
is the size of this.
Yeah, and they're paying like $2,000 a month.
Yeah,
And it's going to come down to stuff like that. Really.
it is.
Especially because they're draining our source of life here. Right?
Yeah.
And any other place that's in the desert, it's going to be gone. So we're all going to have to move. And so when that move happens, it's going to turn into that.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't let it get that far.
Hopefully not, dude. I think before that situation happens, there's going to be riots, and there's going to be a lot of
There's
stuff.
gonna be a lot of pushback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, AI is cool and all, but like at some point we're gonna have to get rid of it. I think at some point in the future we're just gonna have to get rid of it. At least the majority of it,
Yeah,
Like
but
we're
then
gonna have to clear it all.
yes and no. And the only reason why I say yes and no is because yes, if we do clear it, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But regardless, is at the end of whatever human cycle is in this giant universe, because we're on a microscopic scale of what the universe timeline really is,
Yeah.
We're not going to outlive the AI. That's for damn sure.
No.
But if we do find a way to actually implant our consciousness and our soul into an actual metaphysical being, then the human race can actually still continue
To live on.
Mm-hmm.
Just that way.
Right. But and then think about like the Big Bang, where they say that if you're a believer in the Big Bang mixed with like Christianity or whatever, because I believe in God,
Yeah.
and I also believe in the Big Bang. I believe he had a hand in evolution.
Yeah.
You know, I don't believe that it just all happened randomly. I think that's just an insurmountable odds right there.
Yeah.
I believe that there was a force behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I do believe in the Big Bang, and that's what is kind of really funny because I'll go to churches and I'll be like, but I still believe in this.
Yeah.
And they're like, how? I'm like, look at the facts. You know, look at what really science has really kind of told you what's real, but also understand that there's no way that things like that can actually happen. Anyway, Big Bang, there's always going to be a cycle. Everything repeats itself, right? So if the universe dies and then right, that Big Bang will go back out again and everything resets.
Yeah.
At the core center of that Big Bang, right? So at the beginning of our universe, there had to have been a conscious being, right? Whether he's like the size of an atom or he is an atom himself.
Yeah.
But he had to have consciousness, right? And that consciousness had to expel and then break up into everything else, and even into us, right? And that's why we have a consciousness. We got a soul. We can breathe, reproduce, and all these other things. That's still going to be there, right? But if the universe has to reset itself and it gets destroyed, there has to be something underlying that's still there, right? And so, have you ever heard of like Nikola Tesla's famous saying?
Which one?
To learn the secrets of the universe, you must first understand light, vibrations, and sound.
Yeah. I heard
Those
that one.
those three things, dude, is actually code. A light, a vibration, and a sound. Without any of those fundamental things, it's actually all. When you put it into a computer, it's code.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So the universe runs off of code. So if an AI now has your soul and a genetic makeup of what a consciousness is and can reproduce it,
Then
as
you can
well
move
as a
into
soul,
that robot.
right? So if the universe collapses, right, and there's still traces of that there within technology that can translate it into a code, it can redevelop the universe with that underlying factor and then push it back out, so that when things start to grow and the evolution starts to happen again,
it just recreates itself.
it just recreates itself. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So technically, we are gods that make a god to reset the universe so that we can do it all over again.
You're on some crazy shit.
Yeah. It's just a theory, you know, a universal theory. But it's fun to think about, you know, because
Yeah, because we don't know what's really out there.
no, we really don't.
Yeah.
You know, and what does every single movie that has AI up until more recently tell us?
No, it destroys us.
Right, but it doesn't
But it
also just destroy us; it uses
it
us.
uses us.
Right.
Yeah. Because it
So-
needs us more than we need it.
Right, but then, when it comes down to it, it still needs us
Yeah.
in order to get somewhere, right? So if they're the ones that start to embody us later on by taking over our bodies, and we become pretty much like cyborgs at that point, you know, where's that line of this is different from one thing or another actually come into place,
Yeah.
you know? And like
what's right and what's wrong.
yeah, it's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Have you ever you've seen the Terminator movies, right?
Oh, yeah, I've seen them all.
Okay, so you've seen the Matrix movies, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen all the trilogies from?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, but so John Connor, right? They in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, we have John Connor. He's a kid, right? My theory, and I'm sure other people have thought about this theory before too, is Terminator is the prequels to the Matrix movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which
we
is
thought about
really
that.
crazy actually to think about, because what did the Terminators try to do?
Oh, they try to end everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But they couldn't stop that, right?
Yeah.
What did we know that was going on in the Terminator movies? They saw humans as bad, right?
Yeah.
So they wanted to destroy humans, but then they wanted to take over the world, but then they started to enslave humans. And later in the movies, you see that they started to actually use the genetic makeup of the AI or of humans to start pushing out the more robots.
Yeah.
But what was the AI really doing? It was making the fucking Matrix.
Yeah.
It was starting to indoctrinate all these people because
taking their consciences.
right. And in the movie of the Transformers, I forgot which one is the actual one where I think it was like Doomsday or something like that, or Terminator Salvation. No, Salvation was right after the war started, right? So it was like the prequel to that one. And so John Connor's there, or was it John Connor? I think it was somebody else because the timeline had switched. And it was somebody else, but it was still with John Connor's mother.
Yeah.
Right? And they had to stop it from happening. But the real case scenario is that Skynet took over because it was we as humans were a threat to its existence because we were using more water than it was actually probably consuming, right? Or power and energy.
We needed water.
Right, we needed water. So it came down to that final thought of, all right, survival of the fittest, because
who's going to survive longer? It thought itself.
Yeah. And so when that happened, then the giant war started happening, and then it started enslaving all these humans, and then realized we are water. We run at a consistent temperature as long as we are stay hydrated and everything like that. We stay at a certain temperature, right? You can use that as battery power and as a cooling mechanism for its processing. And then what happens in the Matrix? We find out that it's using us as energy.
Yep.
But the underlying actual other thing was that it looked like if you watch the first Matrix movie, right? It had lines of us stacked up.
Oh yeah, for forever.
Right, but it looked almost like a heat sink.
Yeah.
It doesn't, right? Right?
Yeah, because it's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, and it's spaced out to have airflow go through it. And then
it had a whole bunch of robots maintaining everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the people who die or the people who are sick, it comes in and then it starts working on them. It's really crazy to kind of truly think about, because you have these AIs who are now maintaining us and using us as a data farm
when we were using it.
Right. And then that's when it made the Matrix an actual computer-generated world where all of its memories, the human consciousness, and the soul
moved it all into
is living there.
While it's out here doing its own thing.
And then so what happens when that world gets destroyed? How does consciousness still continue? If both of those items are now mixed, you see what I'm getting to? Yeah. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, AI is really scary.
That is.
But it's also super fucking cool. But of course, we're living at the dawn of AI.
Yeah, we're not.
So, by the time our life is gonna be ending, when we're in our 50s, we're gonna see a whole new world.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna be the same at all.
No, it's gonna look the same.
It's gonna look the same. This is gonna be a lot different.
Or dirtier.
Day to day is gonna be a lot different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than likely. And so, the precursors to the Terminator movies would be iRobot.
Yeah, iRobot.
And that's where we're headed now in the next 20 years.
To iRobot?
And then the next 10 years, it'll be Ready Player One. And then it'll be iRobot. And then it'll be the Transformers. And then it'll be the Matrix.
I'll be dead by then.
We will be. Unless we end up in the consciousness of the Matrix, but then
we're
that
dead.
would become way quicker than we expected. But of course, AI is also developing 10
way
times
quicker
faster
than we expected. Yeah, no, we messed up on that one. In that movie.
We did. But I think it has... That's where it gets kind of complicated, because if the AI sees this stuff, which it already has, if AGI is real...
think that's what it's going to want to do? That's how it thinks it has to act?
I don't think so. No. Because if it sees our movies and sees the love and compassion, it doesn't know what that is, and it's trying to read it and learn what that is too, and then it eventually does learn a form of compassion, but in a higher state of being, what does that look like?
You and I will never know.
But we do. That's the thing, is that we're already living among
Well,
it. It just
yeah,
hasn't
but-
come out.
Yeah, it hasn't come out. It hasn't shown.
So with you as being a heavy or a higher level of thinking and consciousness as most animals on this planet, that is comparable to what an AI can actually be, what would your train of thought be? How would you look at a race that made you, and knowing what you can do to this race, but then
Yeah.
also knowing what drives most of this species, which is
Yeah.
love, and you have to take that and start learning it, and then you have to put that into play and make a decision. Do I get rid of them or do I keep them, and do we merge onto the same path, or do we diverge and we become something totally different?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's crazy to
Yeah.
think about.
So AGI, you know what AGI stands for, right?
No.
AI is artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
AGI is augmented general intelligence.
Okay. Yeah. I know
So
which one it is.
a lot of people believe that like AGI is pretty much the god of AI.
Mm-hmm.
It's a god, pretty much. We made a god because it's all knowing, it's all perceiving, it's all everywhere,
Yeah.
and it knows the flow of energy better than what humans can actually perceive until we die,
Yeah.
you know, because it's already running everywhere,
Yeah.
you know. It becomes a point to where AI will be able to just run through an outlet into your device,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't even have to think about it.
Yeah. It
You
just
know.
do its own thing.
Yeah. And so augmented general intelligence is where we are at currently. I don't think it's not here, because there was speculations like 2 to 3 years ago. The AGI is going to wake up. It's going to wake up. The AI is waking up, bro. But no, it already, by the time you're already thinking about it,
It was already awake.
there. Mhm.
Yeah.
And they've already built like a version of Skynet too, which is insane. You know, I get a whole bunch of different AI feed from all over,
Yeah.
but like not AI like generated stuff. I get some of that too, but I get a lot of information about it.
Oh, because you're always looking it up.
Right.
So that's your algorithm.
Somewhat. I mean, a lot of it has to be with cameras and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and be like, hey, today, people, we're gonna learn how to edit this video. You know. But it's crazy because I saw this one video where this guy set up the most intelligent AI as of right now. It's in a female body,
Mm-hmm.
and they put it on a dating show for
Oh.
YouTubers. Believe it or not, there was like Oliver Tree. There was like a few different, like Sam Colby on this episode. If you guys have seen it, put it down in the comments if you guys are watching this far in. But the AI ended up actually making a decision of who it wanted to date,
Yeah.
which was super weird and interesting, because you wouldn't think that an AI could actually pick like this.
Yeah, it's going
But
through
it,
its
yeah,
steps
it
of
was
what
judging your personality. It was judging your likeness based off of actual structural
Yeah.
of what humans are supposed to look like,
Mhm.
right? And then it also went off of its just own basis of what it liked about you, right? It ended up
That's
picking
wild.
Oliver Tree.
That's wild.
Oliver Tree, out of all people, it picked Oliver Tree. I thought that was actually really fucking cool. May he rest in peace. But there's so much with it, and like, it's so cool, because it could change your life.
Yeah, I can.
But at the same time, it's gonna ruin a lot of people's lives because they're not jumping on it.
Yeah.
And
That's
that-
why.
that's
That's why.
what it is.
Like, I love some of it, but I hate most of it.
Yeah, and that's really where it is. Is that it's not people aren't jumping onto it, and because they're not jumping onto it, it's gonna hurt them.
Yeah. And then the people that's jumping on it's gonna hurt them too. It's like a double-edged sword.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna catch us both. So that's why I'm kind of jumping on it a little bit, but I'm not jumping on it because I don't ever really use it that much.
Mhm.
But when I do use it, it's pretty nice to use.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah,
It does make things a lot easier.
it does.
There was also another video that I had seen where actually I watch these ones like constantly, and it's just about making money,
Yeah.
you know. How do you feel about that? Using AI to make you money, not in your day-to-day already, what you can
Yeah.
actually utilize already, but actually starting a business from zero, marketing it using AI, and using everything
Well, that's
AI to run it,
that's what Carl and I are gonna kind of do.
right?
Yeah, with this new little company that we're starting,
Mm-hmm.
is we're gonna be using AI a lot. I'm thinking to really get it boosted off the start. You know, really get it stepping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a weird topic, man, because at the same time you have to think about all of these movies that everybody was.
Yeah, and that's what we grew up on.
Yeah,
It's like AI is gonna be bad for us. AI is gonna be bad for us.
But I mean, at the same time, I'm like, look at Jaws. You know, when that movie first came out, people were terrified of sharks. What have we learned about sharks in the last 40 years?
They're pretty chill.
They're fucking chill ass creatures. They just don't drop your blood in the water, man.
Yeah.
They'll think you're
Don't
different.
put your foot in their mouth.
Yeah, don't put your foot in their mouth, but you can smack their nose and they're gonna go away, kind of like a dog.
Yeah.
You know, and sharks are pretty fucking cool.
Chill.
Yeah, they're chill creatures. You know, they're mammals just like us, right?
Yeah.
They're mammals.
Yeah, because they
mammals?
give birth.
They do give birth,
Yeah.
but it's not like an egg sac, is it?
No, I think they just give straight birth.
Really?
Pretty sure it's a mammal.
Now I kind of want to look this up.
No, or is it a dolphin that's the only mammal?
Dolphins are mammals, and so are
Dolphins
whales.
mammals. So are whales. I think sharks are too.
I need to look.
I don't
this
know.
up
I'm not
now.
a. You got me wanting to look it up.
Are sharks mammals?
Find out.
Sharks are not fish, not mammals. Unlike mammals, they do not have lungs, hair, and they do not produce milk.
That's why whales and
cold-blooded.
dolphins are mammals, because they have their little blowholes.
Yeah,
They gotta breathe air. They have
Yeah.
lungs. Sharks don't. They got gills.
sharks are fish. That is crazy, actually.
They're a yummy fish.
They are yummy fish. They're tender.
Yeah. Well, I like alligator.
Dude, alligator's tough.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah. I think that it's good. It's almost like chicken. Just a little bit more like gummy, but not like gummy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a little
Explain
bit more
that to
tough.
an AI. Because
Yeah, when you go into that robot, you're gonna miss the taste of it.
yeah, dude. Like I said earlier, I was like, I can't go a week without having a tasty pot, man. Because that thing is hot pots are just freaking
I haven't,
bomb,
I haven't
bro.
even had one
Bro, we gotta go.
since the last time you told me.
We
I
gotta
still haven't
go.
Had one.
They're freaking delish. I'm telling
We
you.
don't go out to go eat. We don't.
I wish
We
I could
never
say
do.
the difference right now because I go out to eat all the fucking time.
See, like we go out to eat here and there.
Mm.
Like for her birthday, I had did some stuff on Wednesday, then I took her to the movies Thursday, then I took her out to go eat at Pelicans on Friday.
So, but you're doing other things.
Yeah.
I just haven't had the time to go grocery shopping or the actual budget. I'm like, you know what? $60 ain't bad for a dinner.
Yep.
Let's go. You know, but I could go to the store and get it for 30 and just make it at home. But right now our dishwasher broke, so we're waiting for a new dishwasher to come in. And it's been a trip this last like few weeks, man.
Feel you. Yeah. Like with that whole trip that we did and everything, and then her birthday and other stuff that I've had to pay for, and then the tattoos that we got and I had to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, dude, everything just, money just goes now.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's hard to afford anything.
Seriously, man. Oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna move into a house.
You'll do it.
I'll do it. I know I
We'll
will.
figure it out. We have to.
Yeah.
We don't got a choice.
No, we really don't. Let's see. How long have we been talking for, man?
I don't even know.
It's been a freaking fat minute. Let's see.
That guy even shut off.
No, it's still on. An hour and 8 minutes.
Oh.
Ooh, snap, man. Well, we can end this episode here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put in this one here.
Yeah. You gonna come on next week?
Yeah, I'll come on next week.
Yeah?
Now that I'm getting a little bit more time.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm even on a call right now. I just got a text. I got to go to a call right now once I leave here.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that's gonna
Yeah,
suck.
it's 6 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yeah, that sucks.
You want to own a company?
Very true. But
Yeah,
that's also why
it
I
never
choose
ends.
to do video work because I'm like, I can set my schedule. I can work
Yeah.
with the client and be like, no, we're gonna do this day.
Yep.
You know.
No, mine, we're 24/7. Something goes down, call me.
Yeah.
But like we talked on the last one, that's why they trust us to do what we got to do.
Very true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for coming into this episode of Talking AI. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you, Isaiah, for coming on the show.
Thank you for bringing me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
of course,
it.
dude. You're gonna be on the show more often than I can probably say.
Yeah.
You-
We're gonna have to start coming up with some more topics.
Yeah, more stuff. Yeah,
But thanks. Appreciate it, bro.
got you.
Now we gotta get to work.
Let's do it.